Sai Darshan. We pray that Swami will accept our offering and humbly request all our elders present here to bless us.
The first few shlokas we are going to chant describe God's many wonderful forms and His love for all beings. We express our gratitude for all that He has given us.
Om Bindu Samyuktam Nityam Dhyayanti Yoginah Kamadam Moksharam Chaiva Omkaraya Namo Namaha Vajratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samatra
is an epic and sacred poem giving spiritual guidance to young and old alike. Though it is written in ancient time, it is very relevant in modern time too. Some verses we are about to chant are on Bhakti. They explain about devotion and the qualities of a devotee.
Others are on karma and how all our actions should be done unselfishly and without attachment to its fruits. And some verses describe God and how a true devotee sees God in everything, including himself.
his true greatness. Vajagovindam is one of his most beautiful works, explaining complex truths in a simple way to easy to understand ourselves.
मनोहरि साई
Offer my humble pranam at the divine lotus feet of our dear Lord Sri Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Today we are indeed blessed that we have a very eminent speaker in our midst, and to introduce the speaker we have Sudarshan, a Bal Vikas alumni, and presently he is studying in New Horizon in the 9th standard. So I request Sudarshan to come forward and introduce the speaker for the day today, Brother Sudhir.
Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of Bhagwan. Our today's evening speaker is Shri Sudhendran N. Shri Sudhendran N hails from Chennai. He joined Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning in 1997 in the Vrindavan campus for his BCom honors. Then he completed his MBA from the Prashanti Nilayam campus in 2002. Swami then blessed him with the opportunity to serve in the Finance and Accounts Department of Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust of the at Prashanti Nilayam from Jan 2003. While serving in the Central Trust, Swami also blessed him the good fortune of leading the Vedam chanting group in the Prashanti Mandir. He was also blessed with the great opportunity of serving Swami in the Yajan Mandir from 2008 till the Mahasamadhi. After that, he was employed in the Finance and Accounts Department of L&T Construction, Kone Elevators India at Chennai. He also served as the Head Finance and Accounts, Andhra Pradesh Med Tech Zone Limited and Visakhapatnam. Presently, he is working out of Bangalore and working for an Australian company as an ERP consultant, and also completed his LLB along the side. Now I request Shri Sudhendran to address the August gathering. Jai Shri.
गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनुशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सेदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतो गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् वागर्ताविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्तः प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमः Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most loving pranams at Bhagwan's lotus feet. Respected elders, my dear brothers and sisters, Sai Ram to all of you. It is such a joyous occasion for all of us that we are celebrating the 35th anniversary of this holy mandir of Bhagwan. I fondly recall that I was fortunate to accompany Bhagwan when he had come to this mandir in the year, I think 1999 or 2000. And Bhagwan had also witnessed a drama by the Dharmika students there. I very fondly recall that. So yeah, those memories are like flooding my mind right now. So we are also fortunate that Bhagwan has given us this wonderful arena, what is called the Holy Dham, that we are all blessed to be a part of this, and this being a part of our lives. So I would like to share a few of my thoughts and experiences with Bhagwan. Let me first narrate as to how I came to Bhagwan's fold. It was not until I joined Bhagwan's college in 1997 for my BCom that I came to know Bhagwan. And my parents had admitted me into Sri Sathya Institute just for the simple reason that their colleagues had informed them that Baba's college provides very good quality education, and the students who graduate from Baba's college are men and women of sterling character. So that was what actually propelled my parents to admit me into Bhagwan's college. And I came here as a lad of 17 years just with the sole and simple purpose of completing my BCom, because I really didn't have any inkling of who Bhagwan was. So that's how I started. And as soon as I stepped into Vrindavan campus for the first time to get admitted into the hostel there, it was the 31st of May 1997. Bhagwan was at Vrindavan, and in the evening bhajans were going on. That's when I first had Bhagwan's darshan from a distance. And then slowly over the next few days, I observed the whole environment was totally new. In fact, I was so new to the entire system that I was not even aware that we will be wearing whites as uniform. I had a bunch of t-shirts and shirt of various colors, and then after coming to know of this, that there is a uniform, the white and white, then we rushed to the stores there at Vrindavan and then quickly bought a few pairs of whites. So that's how I was so ignorant of Bhagwan and his institutions. So in my mind, first when I looked at Bhagwan and how people responded to Bhagwan and how Bhagwan responded to them, I thought Bhagwan must be, he was wearing a saffron robe, so I thought he must be a Mathadipati, kind of, that was the first impression that came to my mind. Then looking at Bhagwan's miracles, so in a very immature way, I thought, oh, maybe he's got some siddhis, he's a big yogi or something. And then slowly, no, he's beyond that, because in Bhagwan's hostel, we are blessed with the opportunity of listening to satsang almost 24/7. So that is the Bhagwan's hostel, Bhagwan's mandir, not just Prashant Nilayam of Vrindavan, but every mandir of Bhagwan is a dynamo. It's completely reverberating with the divine vibrations, and just simply stepping into the mandir itself causes a great amount of transformation within. So that's what I realized, that just being in Swami's hostel was enough for me to slowly get transformed. And then finally it happened on 7th of March 1999. I was in my second year of BCom, and Bhagwan was in Vrindavan then. And I was blessed with the opportunity of standing inside Trai Vrindavan as part of the maintenance team of students. So that day when I was standing there, Bhagwan came out in the afternoon to give darshan. It's such a beautiful, ethereal experience to watch Bhagwan giving darshan. In Vrindavan those days, the memory is so fresh. We were all standing in the Trai and eagerly waiting for Bhagwan's arrival. And it must be maybe about 3:30 in the evening, in the afternoon. And I'm talking about the whole place was so serene, so peaceful, so divine, probably in contrast to what Whitefield is nowadays. Nevertheless, so there we were all waiting, focused only on the doors of Trai Vrindavan. And then the heavenly doors opened, and as Bhagwan stepped out, the bright afternoon sunlight was, Swami was shining in that beautiful halo of hair and Swami's pitambara, and then slowly, gracefully Swami walked down the steps and he almost glided on the carpet on the way to Sai Ramesh Hall for the bhajans. And that's when he was walking on the carpet, he took a slight detour, went to the tulsi plant near the Trai gates. You may have observed the tulsi plant near the Trai gate, inside the Trai compound. He went there, plucked a tulsi leaf, and then turned around, looked at me and asked, "Do you want this?" So by then, though I did not realize who Bhagwan was, nobody can realize in that ultimate way. But then, by then I knew that the value of Bhagwan's presence and Bhagwan's darshan, sparshan, sambhashan, that was slowly dawning on me. So I rushed to Bhagwan, knelt down and opened my mouth, thinking Swami will put the tulsi leaf into my mouth. But then Swami told, "No, show me your hand." So then I stretched my hand towards Bhagwan, and that Bhagwan smiled and then put the tulsi leaf on my palm. Even as he was placing that, I could feel that it was something different. It was not like tulsi leaf, it kind of felt slightly heavy. So then when I looked at my palm, in place of the tulsi leaf, there was a gold coin glistening on my palm. So then I looked at it and I was so surprised. I looked at Swami. Swami gave a very mischievous, beautiful smile and then told, "This gold coin has your year of birth inscribed on it. Keep it safely, don't show it to anyone." So with these words, Swami granted me namaskar, and then Swami stepped into Sai Ramesh Hall for bhajans. So then, as the bhajans were going on, I could not contain my curiosity. So bearing what Swami mentioned, that nobody should see the coin, I went to a secluded corner of Trai, made sure there was nobody else around, took the gold coin from my pocket, admired it to my heart's content, and like what Swami mentioned, on one side there was year of birth, my birth, and there's a portrait of a person, and on the other side there was a portrait of a warrior mounted on a horse, and the horse, its four legs in the air. In my mind, I thought it resembled something image of Kalki avatar that we have in mind, generally that we associate with. So I admired the coin to my heart's content, and then I took a tissue paper, wrapped the coin very safely, and put it in my trouser pocket. And then I slowly walked back to my place, and in a few minutes, Bhagwan took Aarti, and then Swami was coming back into Trai Vrindavan. And even as he was entering into Trai from Rameshwar, he looked at me quite angrily. So I was puzzled. Just a few minutes earlier, Swami was so kind, so happy, and he granted me this beautiful gift of gold coin. I was wanting to know what went wrong suddenly. So then, as Swami was coming, Swami looked at me and told, "Hey, నేనేం చెప్పాను నీకు? ఎవరికి చూపించొద్దని చెప్పాను కదా? కానీ నేను ఇచ్చేటప్పుడే అందరూ చూశారు, వార్డెన్ టీచర్స్ అందరూ చూశారు, నాకు ఇచ్చేసేయి." Meaning to say, I told you not to show the coin to anybody. But even as I was giving the coin to you, all the teachers and warden and other students nearby, they've already looked at the coin. So return the coin to me. So divine instructions have to be obeyed. So then I reluctantly took the tissue paper from my pocket and I opened it. I was about to give the coin back to Swami, and at that moment, to my horror, when I looked at the tissue paper, in place of the gold coin, there was a tulsi leaf. I was so shocked. And Swami was right there in front of me, asking for the gold coin. And what was I supposed to do? I looked at the tulsi leaf, looked at Swami, and I didn't know what to say. I was gaping with my mouth wide open. Swami looked at me and told, Tinese. So then I put the tulsi leaf into my mouth. I was still kneeling down, trying to come to terms as to what was happening around me. Meanwhile, Swami gently walked towards Trai Vrindavan. So the moment was so drastic and so very sudden that it was caught me totally unawares. And then Swami took a few steps ahead, turned around, looked at me and told, "Ayyo, Papam," he told, and then he waved his hand and materialized the very same gold coin, gave it to me again, granted me namaskar, and yet again he told, "Don't show it to anyone." So with these words, Swami then smiled and then walked into Trai Vrindavan. So this, and after a few days in interview room, Swami asked for the gold coin, took it, blew on it 4 times, made it 4 times bigger, and gave it back to me, again with the same instructions, "Don't show it to anyone." So even till this day, I would have probably looked at it once or twice. No, who knows when it will again disappear. I didn't want to take the divine risk. So that's that. So this was the first experience that Bhagwan granted me. Until then I had heard about experiences that Bhagwan had granted to other teachers, students and devotees, but this was the direct experience that Bhagwan granted to me. And this was transformational, because when I was trying to read and analyze as to this was of course a symbol of Bhagwan's love, his divine Leela, but then there was much more to it. You all may be familiar with Ganapati Adhara Shirsham, where it says, "Sarvam jagadidam tvatto jayate, sarvam jagadidam tvattas tishthati, sarvam jagadidam tvayilayameshyati, sarvam jagadidam tvayi pratyeti." So these lines describe that everything in this universe emanates from the Supreme God. Everything in this universe is sustained in Him and by Him. Everything in this universe merges back into him during Pralaya. And yet again, in the new cycle of creation, the entire universe emerges from him. And this cosmic, macrocosmic truth, Bhagwan had demonstrated to me in front of my eyes in a matter of few minutes. From out of the Tulsi leaf, he created the gold coin, and it was with me for a while, and unknown to me it disappeared. It went back to him, to the source, and yet again after a few minutes Swami materialized the very same gold coin and gave it to me. And through this experience, Bhagwan planted the seed of faith in my heart that Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba was none other than the embodiment of Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, the Lord, the gods of creation, sustenance and destruction. So this was such a powerful experience, and this planted the seed of faith in my heart. And as any farmer would do, after planting the seeds, it is then time for watering. And that's what Swami did. In the next few days, months and years to come, Bhagwan showered so much of his divine love and affection on me. I would like to narrate just one instance. It was Yugadi of 1999, and that day, Bhagwan in the morning, there was the program was there, bhajans. After bhajans, Swami then retired into Trai, and we were all we went back to the hostel. We were in the hostel, and in the afternoon we were all getting ready to go for Bhagwan's darshan. And that time, a Sevadar came running to my room and told, "Sainam, Swami is calling you." So I immediately rushed from my room in the hostel to Trai Vrindavan. The Trai gates were open, and even as I was entering the gates, I could see that the interview room door was open and Bhagwan was standing there at the threshold. I rushed towards Bhagwan, and then Swami went and sat on his throne in the interview room. I knelt down, took Pad Namaskar and I sat beside. Then Swami looked at me, and with so much of love and affection, he asked, "Ee roju yugadi kada, nenu neeku emi ivvalede. Today is Yugadi, New Year's Day, and I have not given you anything." So saying, Swami waved his hand and materialized a sweet dish called kajikai. This was so fresh, it was still warm, and the fragrance and aroma was divine. And he materialized this kajikai, and just as a loving mother would do, he fed the kajikai to me with his own hands very slowly for a few minutes, and then at the end of it, he took the glass next to his chair, gave me some water to drink, took his kerchief, wiped my mouth, and then looked at me and told, "Ippudu naku triptiga undi." I mean, I am supposed to be grateful for such a divine blessing when there are thousands of devotees waiting outside for just a glimpse of Bhagwan. Bhagwan was there, spending time with me. He granted me such a great opportunity of his Vatsalya. And then at the end of it, he told me, "Ippudu naku triptiga undi." What am I supposed to say to that? I knelt down and took Swami's Pad Namaskar, and I offered my gratitude to Swami. And then it dawned on me as to I mean, there is no reason, like Swami says, there is no reason for love, there is no season for love. In his beautiful song, he always, Swami sings, love is my form. So in that, he says there is no reason for love, there is no season for love. But then I realized why Swami did that on Yugadi day. Because in my mind, I was in my second year, and there was a bit of, I would say, homesickness. I was recollecting that had I been at home, my mother would have properly, we would have had some puja, and then my mom would have prepared some dishes, prasadam, and then we would have spent time together. That just a passing thought, maybe a little bit of homesickness there for a few moments, and then I just forgot about it. But that had caught Swami's attention, and then Swami demonstrated to me and told me, why are you missing your physical mother's love? When the Divine Mother is here, who can bestow and grant upon you the love of not just one mother, but the love of 10,000 mothers. So that was the message that Bhagwan gave me that day. And Bhagwan, in his mercy, granted so many such unforgettable and such divine moments of his sweet love. And with that, the seed of faith sprouted in my heart. And being a student of Bhagwan, there's always this, it comes so naturally there at Bhagwan's hostel and education institutions and everywhere, that yearning for Bhagwan. We may have had Bhagwan's darshan in Mandir just a few moments back and we would have returned to hostel. But then if Swami is passing by going somewhere else, immediately everybody rushes from whichever part of the hostel ground they are, everybody rushes to the road just to have a glimpse of Bhagwan. That kind of yearning comes so naturally and spontaneously to everyone there. Even, given my background that I had absolutely no idea of Bhagwan and Bhagwan's institutions before I joined Swami's college, that habit or that yearning came so automatically being in the hostel. That is, again, I always attribute it to the divine vibrations, the satsang and the divine vibrations in that kind of any dham that Bhagwan has blessed with his physical presence. So this was another experience that Bhagwan had granted. And coming to that, I would like to share a few experiences of being a participant in the university convocation drama. So being a student, it's a most sought after opportunity to be a part of the college university convocation drama. And I was fortunate to be chosen to be part of the 1999 convocation drama. And Bhagwan had blessed me to play the role of Sri Krishna. The drama involved the Panchapandavas and then a parallel to the modern times. So, drama in itself had so many dramas within. So let me narrate a few of them. On the pretext of drama, Swami would call the drama students and the teachers almost on a daily basis for an interview. And this would go on, I think in 1999, probably Swami had called us for maybe 40-50 times. Swami had called us into the interview room and then spoke about the drama and instructed us as to how we should perform our roles. But then that was just the beginning, and after that Swami would speak about Ramayana, Mahabharata and about Swami's divine life, and then he would give us so many lessons. On one occasion, Swami wanted to know as to what were the costumes that the mythological characters were to don. So he had asked that he wanted the Pancha Pandavas and Krishna to wear the mythological costumes, the typical royal robes, and though that kind of costume, he wanted to see if it was good. So one day, in the interview room, the costumes were arranged, and then Swami asked the Pancha Pandavas and myself to go and wear the costumes, so that Swami could inspect and see if it was up to his mark. So we all, the Pancha Pandavas and myself, 6 of us, we went in. We changed into the mythological the costumes, and then it took quite some time. And Swami was waiting, and then Swami said word Ainda. Then we requested Swami 5 more minutes, and then at the end of it, all of us were ready. All those regal costume, the crown, armor, and all that. And then we went to Swami's presence in the interview room, and then Swami inspected all our costumes and then gave feedback on a few things, and then Swami told, okay, now change back to whites. So then we went back inside to the inner rooms and then changed to whites, and then came and sat at Swami's feet. Swami then looked at us and asked, what did you learn from this? So we didn't get to what Swami was hinting. So then Swami then asked, how long did you take to change to the mythological costumes? So then immediately it dawned on us, and then we told Swami, sorry Swami, we made you wait for a long time. And then Swami told, okay, that's fine. How long did it take? Then we told Swami, it would have probably taken 15 to 20 minutes to wear all that elaborate costumes and all that. Swami told, okay. How long did it take for you to change back to whites? Then we told them, Swami, that took about less than 5 minutes, Swami. Quickly we just changed to whites. Swami told, Adela, attachment is so difficult, but detachment is so easy. See how Swami very sweetly and through this practical experience demonstrated it. It is true, because you wear all that royal silk robes and then armor and all the jewelry and the crown and all that, more and more attachment. It took so much time and effort. But to just drop all that and change back to whites, it took 5 minutes. And through this very small episode, Swami taught us such a valuable, such a great lesson in life, that detachment is easy, attachment is tough. And that's what requires more and more time and effort. But detachment is so easy. Once you make up your mind, that's it. And Swami, even in his discourses, Swami is told so many times, it takes effort Swami is to take this kerchief from the table. It takes effort to hold on to the kerchief. But to let go, you can do it in a second. So through this very, very, very apparently small, insignificant episode, Bhagwan taught us such a valuable lesson. Because generally we assume that spirituality is very difficult, but that's not so. That's only a perception, wrong perception. So this was a small experience as to how Swami drove home such a valuable lesson. And yet another experience was during the convocation drama. So we had practiced well, and then it was the 22nd of November, the day of convocation. And in the morning, after darshan, we went, Swami called us into Punachandra, and then Swami asked us, you're all well prepared, have you practiced well, is everything fine? After that, when I got a moment, then I submitted to Swami that, see, until the previous day, 21st of November, I was doing perfectly fine. But 22nd November morning when I got up, I had a terrible cold, cough and running nose. I was so sad because that evening we were supposed to stage the drama in front of Swami and all the guests. To such an important occasion, we had practiced and prepared for this occasion, and just when it came to that day, I got up with such a bad cold, cough, running nose, and all that. So then I submitted to Swami. Swami, I have this problem, Swami. Swami should take care of it. So then Swami looked at me, and then Swami waved his hand quickly and materialized a tablet, asked for water, and then gave the tablet to me and made me drink the water. Told, And then he very lovingly rubbed my nose like that and told, "You'll be fine, don't worry." That's it. And after that, I didn't realize when all that disappeared, all that cold, cough, running nose, everything is gone. I don't know where, how and when it disappeared. I was perfect, and even, I would say, even beyond my, better than what it was before. So yet a very, very small incident, but yet again, the love and affection that Swami showered. For Swami, there is nothing small or big. For a parent, there's nothing small or big when it comes to their children, right? And it's the similar thing, but with much, much more love when it comes to Bhagwan. Yet again, when I talk about in the same line of thought, it was again during the same convocation drama. It was actually during the beginning, within a few days of the preparation for drama, practice and all that. In the interview room, we were discussing about the Mahabharata and various characters and all that. Then suddenly Swami looked at me and told, "Hey Mira, you're going to play the role of Krishna and you have so many pimples and acne on your face. It will not look good." So then I submitted to Swami, only Swami should take care of this. Because I had that chronic problem for many years earlier. So then when I submitted to Swami, then Swami looked at me and then he waved his hand. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then he materialized a small plastic pouch with capsules in it. Then he opened, it was a Ziploc cover. He opened the Ziploc cover, put all the capsules into his palm, and then counted 1, 2, 3, 4. He dropped back, and totally there were 30 capsules in it. Swami then gave it to me and told, "Take 1 capsule every day, and all this will disappear. All the pimples, acne will disappear." And exactly, this happened around probably October 20th, 21st, just 1 month ahead of the convocation. And well within 2-3 weeks, it was all gone. So, for Swami, it is these kind of small gestures of Swami, but they have such a lasting impression because we know that anything small or big, we have Bhagwan for us. We can always go back to Bhagwan. He is looking after us. So that is the lesson that Swami was reinforcing time and again. So, I think I'm coming close to the conclusion. Like I mentioned, the great blessing of Swami is that he created not just one Prashant Nilayam, but Prashant Nilayam and that kind of a dham across so many Sai centers across the world. When I say this, this is such a great boon that Bhagwan has granted to us. See, when all of us, we were in Swami's presence, like it said, living with God is true education. We used to ask Swami, we used to give us an opportunity, Edana doubts, Unaya, do you have any doubts? Ask. So that time, one of the students used to ask Swami, "Swami, how do we control our senses and mind?" So Swami laughed and told, you can never control your senses or mind. It is impossible. And same thing Lord Krishna declared in Bhagavad Gita as well. That it is impossible for a person, for a human being to control his mind, his senses and the mind. But then we all know that is the first step in spirituality. Then how can we ever begin our spiritual journey? And then Swami explained, you cannot control your mind. You can channelize your senses and the mind. See, we all like good fragrance. And in Bhagwan's presence, when Swami used to come in front of us during darshan, the divine fragrance that Swami used to emanate. So these impressions immediately bring us back memories of God. And we all have liking for good food. But then, when instead of having any food, if we have prasadam, that has its own spiritual value. So that Swami said, the strategy is to divert the senses and away from the world and towards God. So use the panchendriyas, eyes, nose, throat, hearing, everything towards God. If you want to look at something, look at the divine, beautiful form of the Lord. If you want to do something, do Swami's seva. If you want to have liking to listen to some beautiful music, listen to bhajans, Sai bhajans, to Veda mantras. So that is the trick. So there is no question of controlling the senses of mind, but just channelizing it towards God. See, this is such a great spiritual teaching, a golden nugget. In these modern times, like it is ironically said, the youth is wasted on the young. So when the youth who are full of physical and mental energy, they don't know how to use that energy. And that's where Bhagwan steps in, and then he grants us so many opportunities to channelize our energies for the good. So that is the greatest blessing that anybody can have. When we were all, students at Bhagwan's college, the longing that we had for God, for Bhagwan, when Swami used to just pass for a few seconds in his car, we used to run all the way and then we used to do that. We were blessed in that sense because we had Bhagwan who captured our imagination, who captured our hearts. Because in the youth, there is a craving for a role model. The youth, they have the craving, they need someone to look up to. They need somebody for guidance, for mentorship. They need an idol. In the absence of Bhagwan, people would go running behind film stars, politicians, maybe sports persons, and so many other people. But Bhagwan gave us the opportunity to divert, to channelize our thoughts, feelings, expressions, physical and mental energy towards Him for good. And that is the greatest blessing that one can ever have. And similarly, Swami has given us so many opportunities for all of us to do in the mandir. Bhajans, Vedam, Balvikas, so many activities where we can channelize our mind and senses in the Godward path. And that is the greatest blessing Bhagwan has given us. So that is we can, some people may ask, oh, Bhagwan is everywhere. we can go to our house and sit in front of the altar and pray and meditate. That's fine. But will you be able to do meditation throughout the day with steady focus and concentration? Is it possible? Maybe for very few people, but for a majority, may not be. So when the day progresses and when the gunas, and there is interplay of the various gunas, sattva guna, rajoguna, tamo guna, in order to in sync with that, we can take up so many activities. In the early mornings when the mind is still subdued and the senses are still subdued, there's an opportunity for doing dhyana, meditation, prayer. When the day progresses, when the rajoguna increases generally, then we can do some seva activities. And then the evening when we are kind of tired and want to do something, sitting down, we have the Veda mantras and the bhajans. And these, so Swami has opened up a huge arena for all of us to channelize our physical and mental energies so that we can progress on the spiritual path. And for that, Swami has, see, each one, when we do something physically, the mind automatically then switches. So when we get ready to do seva, when we take the seva, the scarf and put on our shoulders, immediately the mind stops thinking about other things and then it focuses on the seva. And we come and sit in front of Bhagwan's altar and we are about to begin bhajans. Then the setting is such that other distractions are, they go into the background and then the mind is trying to focus. So the physical presence and these practices are very important steps in the initial stages, at least, for us to progress on the spiritual path. And in that, Bhagwan has been so very compassionate that Swami, we are all fortunate that he has given us this great, invaluable treasure of this holy mandir Sai Darshan for all of us to come and be a part of it and then make this a part of our lives so that we can progress on our spiritual path. So I see that I'm almost close to the end. Time's up. I would like to just conclude with another experience, a very powerful experience that Bhagwan had granted me. It was in Trai Vrindavan, one of the afternoons before Swami came out to give darshan. Inside the Trai Vrindavan, in the jhula room, Swami was seated on the jhula. A few elders and a few of us students were there around Swami, and we were doing Pad Seva. And then suddenly Swami looked at me and asked, "Will you give me anything that I ask for?" So I was thrilled that, I have been given such a great opportunity. I wrote, "Yes, Swami, I will give." Swami then looked at me again into my eyes and asked, "Will you give me anything that I ask for?" I told, "Yes, Swami," with all the emphasis. And then Swami looked at me and asked me, "Will you give me your life?" And that very second, I took my hand, I was about to place it on Swami's palm and say yes. Swami retracted, looked at me and asked, "Who are you to give your life to me? Your life is already in my hands." That was such a powerful statement from Bhagwan. And that is not true just for me, but for each and every one of us here and the Sai devotees across the globe. We are all safe and sound in Bhagwan's hands, under Bhagwan's divine protection. There is nothing that we need to ask for more from Bhagwan. He will take care. As Swami declared in one of his earliest letters to his brother Sheshamaraju, very soon after declared his avatarhood, he mentioned, that సన్మార్గము వీడి చరించున వారుల చైపట్టి కాపాడుటే వ్రతము నాకు. To lead all the people, hold their hand and guide them towards the divine path. That is my vow, and I will do that. So Swami will hold us by our hand and lead us on the path to the ultimate destination. We don't have to ask for more. All that we need to do is just obey Swami's command and instructions. If we do that, that's enough. Swami will take care of everything else. So, yet another instance when we are all around Swami, somebody prayed to Swami that, Swami, I should always hold your hand and walk along with you. And then Swami very beautifully said, no, instead pray that Swami should hold your hand and walk along with you. Because Swami said, see, by the human mind is so fickle. In a second it gets diverted. So you may let go of my hand and wander away and get lost like a child in a big mela. Instead, if you pray to Swami that Swami should hold your hand, then there is no way Swami will let go of our hands, and we will forever be, rather Bhagwan would ever be with us, holding our hand by the side, guiding us and guarding us every step towards our final destination. So with these few words, I would like to offer my heartfelt gratitude to Bhagwan for having granted me this opportunity of sharing a few of my thoughts and experiences with all of you here. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Vinod sir and the Sathya organizations and the Sai Darshan Mandir officials and volunteers for having granted me this good fortune of being here in this holy mandir on this holy occasion. Thank you so much. Sai Ram. Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my most loving salutations at Bhagwan's lotus feet. This is indeed a very memorable occasion, the 35th anniversary of the building Sai Darshan coming up. Whenever I come to Sai Darshan, where I am, I always come through the 100 feet road, and it's always an amazing experience. As one approaches this, we see various bars, we see various pubs, so many shopping centers, people are wearing various kinds of dresses. But the moment we enter this premise and come into this hall, within seconds, we are in a completely different world. And it's such it's amazing. And every time it happens, every Sunday, whenever we come, it happens to each and every one of us. And that is the greatest miracle of Bhagwan Baba. As the speaker said, that not only he has established Prashanti Nilayam or Vrindavan, but he has established it in so many places that we can all, reach out here and seek sanctuary. This place is an oasis of serenity, surrounded by the madness of the materialism that rages on. And as the speaker very beautifully said, that our lives are his gift to us. And our return gift can be how we lead our lives. If we lead our lives in the manner that he desires, that is the best and the beautiful return gift that we can give to Bhagwan. As Sundan was narrating of, how Swami gave him 30 tablets, it sent me down the memory lane of an incident that happened during my time. This is a story that keeps repeating. So one of my classmates was selected to play the role of Arjuna. That was in UG. And as always, one of the problems afflicting the people of that age is a lot of pimples, and he had pimples in plenty. And there would be red blisters all over his face, and he was undergoing that phase of life. Sudhindran had it very, very easy. He got 30 tablets. He just had to pop the pill. But the prescription given to this student, because Swami said the same thing, Arey, you are playing the role of Arjuna, you have so many pimples. And the prescription given to him was to apply lemon juice on his face every day before he went to bed. And all of us saw it. And as he applied that lemon juice, the amount of pain that he underwent, he used to virtually, shout out in anguish. But he followed the divine instructions. And within a few days, the whole face had, cleared up, and he had a beautiful, flawless complexion and skin tone, and he could, essay that role of Arjuna so nicely. Now, this led to many of us, me too, that we have, many of us started applying lemon juice. The pain was there, but the other effects, that remedy was for that particular student. So I just got a little nostalgic and I'm relating that. I thank Sudhindran for joining us today and sharing his experiences and thoughts of Bhagwan with us. Yesterday Murtiga reported Kasturi, and one of the most beautiful phrase that Kasturi has given is, he said, history is his story. We are extremely fortunate that our story is entwined with his story. And I think a greater blessing cannot be had. Some have had many moments of physical proximity. Some have had one solitary darshan. But our material measurements cannot impact less or more. These are encounters with the infinite. Any blessing, any interaction, the fact that we are all seated here today itself is an incalculable blessings. We can be anywhere in those bars, pubs, but we are here today. That is his blessings, and we are very fortunate to be in that rarefied and stratified crowd. We have this Sai Darshan where the spiritual activities, the service activities, the Bal Vikas activities go on. It was a beautiful experience where so many people were recounting their experiences, and this will be there this is Bhagwan's creation, and this will be there for eternity. And it is our great good fortune to be part of this. Let us nurture that association. There was one, a devotee having a conversation with Bhagwan, and after Bhagwan showered a lot of grace on him, he said, Swami, how do I discharge this debt to you? He said, Bangaru, this debt should never be discharged. Okay. They should stay life on life, life on life. We should be indebted to each other so that one day the mergence will happen. And let us pray to Bhagwan that we forever remain indebted to him. Jai Sai.
Thank you, Sudhindran sir, for a very memorable and powerful satsang. A lot of action points for us actually. We start practicing them. So thank you very much for coming over, and Raghavendra sir for summing up whatever you said so nicely. And he was actually instrumental in leading you to us. Thank you very much. So as a token of our love and affection, we would like to present you with a small souvenir, memento. So I request PNG Kumar sir to present Swami's photo here. I request our spiritual coordinator, Mr. Mahendran, to present. So before we conclude the program with the last few bhajans and Galarti, so there is a great opportunity to do service in Prashanti Nilayam, right? So let's mark our calendars. So there are 2 slots for Prashanti Nilayam service for Sevadhan. You can register either with the Gents Service Coordinator Mahesh or the Mahila Service Coordinator Mrs. Sadhna Rao. So the dates are 9th January to 17th January and 14th March to 21st March. So you can plan your schedule well in advance and make sure you are there at least for one of these slots. Jai Sai.
नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर Namaste.